Welcome to Leadership Hangout series. We are back again here on Relationship Capital. We say relationship capital is all about building healthy relationships that create lasting values. And we took our anchor scripture from Proverbs 18 verse 24. We said, a man that had friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. And in our introduction, we say one of the greatest assets anyone can possess is not merely money, education, or influence. It is healthy relationships. We say many opportunities in life come through people. Employment, business opportunities, mentorship, marriage, ministry, leadership positions, recommendations, and emotional support are often the byproducts of meaningful relationship. And we say God never designed man to succeed in isolation. Because why? We are wired for relationships. Because relationships are channeled through which ideas, opportunities, encouragement, wisdoms, and blessings flow. So we said relationship capital is a value created through trust, credibility, goodwill, and genuine human connections developed over time. Let me take that again because that is the key and the focus of this whole discussion. Once again, we say relationship capital is the value created through trust, credibility, goodwill, and genuine human connections that has developed over time. Now we say to understand relationship capital, we must first understand what relationship is and what capital is. Of course, most of us understand what relationship is, and many of us know what capital is, but for the record, let's go into it. What is relationship? A relationship is a connection, association, or dealing between two or more people, group, or things. It describes how people interact, feel about each other, or share a bond. Once again, I say relationship is a connection, association, or dealing between two or more people, groups, or things. It describes how people interact, how people feel about each other, or how people share bond together. And then we talk about capital in relation to this discussion. We say capital in relation to this discussion is any financial asset, resource, or tools used to generate wealth, fund operation, achieve greater goal, or produce more goods and services. Again, I say capital in relation to this discussion is any financial asset, resources, or tool used to generate wealth, fund operation, achieve greater goal, or produce more goods and services. Now, this is capital. And then we say we are relating it to relationship. In other words, all these actions that capital can perform, relationship can perform it. Capital in relation to this discussion is any financial asset. Relationship can also generate financial asset. Great resources or tools that can be used to generate wealth, to fund operation, to achieve greater goal, or to even produce goods and services. Relationship has the same power, the same capacity, the same ability as capital. When we mean capital, asset, things that you can use to reproduce or create growth, things that you can use to make things work, to make things happen. A relationship is a connection, association, or dealing between two or more people, groups, or things. It describes how people interact. Now, let's go to what relationship capital is. We have looked at relationship in isolation. We have look at capital in isolation. Now, let's combine. Look at what relationship capital is. Relationship capital is the value accumulated through healthy, trustworthy, and mutually benefit relationship. Relationship capital is the value accumulated. Take note. Value accumulated through healthy, trustworthy, and mutual benefit relationship. I'll take it again. Relationship capital is the value accumulated over the years through healthy and trustworthy and mutually beneficial relationships. Mutually beneficial relationships, which means you are giving into the relationship, and that is why you are getting back in the relationship. You have something that you are giving out so as to get what you also need from the relationship. It is not one-sided. It is an invisible asset that produces visible results. We are still talking about relationship capital. It is an invisible asset that produces visible results. It consists of trust, credibility, goodwill, mutual respect, loyalty, influence, reputation. Now, why relationship matters? Relationship matters because it provides access, it provides information, it provides opportunity, it provides mentorship, emotional support, business connection, growth, leadership influence. Those are the reasons why relationship is key, is important. You see, your network can introduce you to opportunities that your qualification alone cannot provide. And we pick an anchor scripture to back that up from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 to 12. You can read that up. We say two are better than one because they have great results. We've done all of these. I've been able to repeat here in Relationship Capital 1 and 2. Check my YouTube page, you get all of this part 1 and 2, and this is the part 3 of it. Get everything we have said. I just use all of the ones we mentioned in the beginning as a form of introduction. Now, to start the part 3 proper, we are talking about relationship capital, that it creates collaborative power. Relationship capital creates collaborative power. Now, let me explain how this can happen. One person, that is you, only you have limited capacity. No matter how brilliant, excellent, skillful, knowledgeable that you are, no matter how it is, you are still limited in capacity. But when you become two, maybe you find a partner and you are together and you start to work, two people can combine skills. When you combine skills, you go farther than you are when you are alone. Then when you form a team of 10, for example, 10 people can create a network. A community can create an ecosystem. Now let me give you an analogy. Consider what happened when your own knowledge plus my own network plus another person's resources and another person's technical ability come together. Consider what you can achieve when you pull all of these resources together. You see, something become possible that none of us could have achieved independently. That means you are able to achieve something bigger by pulling resources together. And that is called the relational capital at work. That is the relational capital at work. So relationship allows individual capacity to become collective capacity. Relationship does what? It allows individual capacity to become collective capacity. And that is why, that is the power of relationship capitals. When we say it creates collaborative power. Now let's move on. Another point, we say relationship capital provides social and emotional resilience. It provides social and emotional resilience. Now, not every return on relationship capital is financial. Don't get it wrong. As a matter of fact, most return on relationship capital is not financial. But there are resources, tangible resources, identifiable resources. See, some of the most valuable returns are invisible. You cannot see them. But when you experience difficulty, genuine relationship can provide encouragement. When you are faced with challenge and you have healthy relationship that you have been servicing over years, they can provide encouragement, they can provide counsel, they can provide emotional support, prayers, practical assistance, perspective, protection, advocacy. Just name all of the benefits that can come from building a healthy relationship. See, a person who has built meaningful relationship does not necessarily face every crisis alone. That means you have people who have got your back. And that's why the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, I think from verse 9 to 10 says, 2 are better than one, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. 2 are better than one, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. You see, the value of relationship becomes most visible when one person cannot carry the burden alone. The value of relationship becomes most visible when it becomes difficult for one person to carry the burden alone. You see, you can't journey this life alone. God isn't joking when he said, it is not good for man to be alone. I will make an help meet that is suitable for him. That is about marriage, but that's also set the foundation for relationship, partnership, mentorship, friendship. It sets the foundation. If you are walking the journey alone, my friend, oh my God, you are going to suffer a lot. Because no one actually gets there all by himself or herself. You need God and you need somebody. And God is going to position people around you and in your life. It is your responsibility to recognize and cultivate them. It is your duty to recognize these wonderful people that God has placed around you and do what? And cultivate them. Now let's move to another point. Relationship capital creates influence. It creates influence. Influence is the ability to affect thinking, decision, behavior, or outcomes. But genuine influence cannot simply be demanded. It is often earned relationally. People listen to people they trust. People follow people they respect. People cooperate with people they believe in. People give opportunities to people whose character they know. So therefore, relationship capital can become influence capital. You see, the stronger your relationship credibility, the greater your potential influence. The stronger your relationship credibility, the greater your potential influence. So relationship capital creates influence. It does what? It creates influence. For example, even if you are not that influential, but if you have a backing of a mentor or a friend or a partner that is influential, you become influential. And also listen to this. Relationship capital can appreciate or depreciate. Relationship capital can appreciate or depreciate. You see, this is where the comparison with financial capital becomes particularly interesting. This is where the comparison with financial capital becomes particularly interesting. You see, financial assets can increase or decrease in value, and so can relationship. Yes, financial assets can increase or decrease in value, and so can relationship. Relationship capital appreciate through trust, consistency, contribution, through time, integrity, mutual value. But it depreciates through betrayal, dishonesty, neglect, exploitation, selfishness, broken promises. I'll say it again. Relationship capital appreciate through trust, consistency, contribution, time, integrity, mutual value. but it can also depreciate through betrayal, dishonesty, neglect, exploitation, selfishness, broken promises. Imagine someone has trusted you for 10 years. Someone has related with you for 10 years and has developed quite a lot of trust in you. Do you know that one act of serious betrayal can dramatically reduce the value of that relationship? Do you? Therefore, you must know that relationship capital must be maintained because neglect causes depreciation. Neglect causes what? It causes depreciation. Now let's move to the next point. Relationship capital has compound interest. Relationship capital does what? It has compound interest. Now you see, financial investment can compound, and also relationship can also compound. Now let me say this. Suppose you help one person today. That person remembers your kindness, maybe years later, and that person introduces you to another person. That person introduces you to another person. Your original act of goodwill has traveled through the network, and one relationship can produce another relationship which produces another opportunity, and that is how relationship compound. One good act to this person, and the person become so much trust you, and then the person feels so confident to introduce another person, and then the next also feel comfortable introducing you to another person. That is how relationship compound when it's well built. That is how it compound. So therefore, your original act of goodwill has traveled through the network. You see, one relationship can produce another relationship which produces another opportunity, and this is relational compounding. It is called relational compounding. So the value of a good relationship is not limited to what that relationship gives you directly. It can multiply through the network surrounding it. The value of a good relationship is not limited to what that relationship gives you directly. It can multiply through network that is surrounding it. And then we must know also that not every relationship has the same capital value. It varies. There's variation in every return that every relationship gives. Now, this is another important distinction that you need to know and understand. You shouldn't measure relationship capital by the number of people you know. No. There is a difference between contact, connection, relationship, trusted relationship, and strategic relationship. Let me say it again. There is a difference between contact, connection, relationship, trusted relationship, and strategic relationship. Now, for example, you may have 2,000 Facebook friends, but how many knows your character? How many of them trust you? How many of them understand your competence? How many of them, would they really recommend you? How many of them will recommend you? How many of them will collaborate with you? How many of them will support you during difficult time? How many of them will open doors for you? And how many of them will tell you the truth when you are making a mistake? If you have answers to this, then you know that not every relationship has the same capital value. So if you understand that not about having too many friends, you will know that it's much better to measure relationship by the value they give, so you can know where to turn when you need support. So please note that not every relationship has the same capital value. Now, the next point is Relationship capital is not about using people. Don't make that mistake. Relationship capital is not about using people. It is about loving people. It's about being genuinely interested in people. It is about giving values to people in order to get values in return. Now, this needs to be emphasized strongly. You need to know that relationship capital is not about using people. You see, there is a dangerous misunderstanding of networking. Some people ask, who can help me? You see, that mindset turns relationship into a transaction. The mindset of who can help me, what can I get from this relationship, how can I benefit from this relationship, without thinking of how you can add value. See, that mindset turns relationship into transaction. The better question is, who can I build genuine value with? You see, there's a major difference. The first one says manipulation. That's the first one, when you begin to show interest in people because of what you want to get without thinking of what you want to give in return, is a form of manipulation. And manipulation says, what can I get from you? While relationship capital says, what value can we create through this relationship? That distinction is wide. That distinction separates exploitation from collaboration. The moment you begin to view relationship from the point of getting something without thinking of what to give back, it becomes exploitation. And that kind of relationship cannot last, because it won't take long, because people understand that they are the only one giving in that relationship, and that relationship cannot go far. Neither can it take you anywhere near your desired destination. It cannot, and it can, and it won't. So you must understand this, and understand it very well, that relationship is not about using people. It is about building values with people. So you give in to get in return. You what? You give in to get in return. Now quickly, let's look at what we call relational asset circle. Relational asset circle. Connect you to other people, resources, and opportunity. So therefore, connection creates possibility. Trust creates value. Value creates capital. Capital creates leverage. Leverage creates opportunity. The relational asset circle. On this relational asset circle, the first point is connection. You connect with people. That means you meet people, and you meet people every day. And every people you meet has the potential to become capital if well serviced. So as you meet people, then interaction begins. And when interaction continues to flow, trust is built. And when trust is built, values begin to manifest. And those values eventually are transformed to what we call capital. And then from capital it becomes leverage. And from leverage, the relationship begins to multiply. That is, that relationship we have with that one person begins to multiply by introducing each other to other people, and to other people, and to other people, like that. So therefore, when you meet people for the first time, you create connection, and that connection creates possibility. And that possibility creates what we call trust. And trust creates value. Value creates capital. Capital creates leverage. Leverage creates opportunity. And that is how it goes on and on and on. As you keep giving into the relationship, you keep getting back in return. So therefore, you must know that your relationship capital, when you accumulate a lot of goodwill, credibility, access, influence, and mutual value that can be activated to produce present or future benefits, that is when your relationship capital circle has completed. Until you get to a point where your relationship has the ability to accumulate trust, produce goodwill, knowledge, credibility, access, influence, and mutual value that can be activated to produce present or future results. Until you get to that point, you have not successfully built any relationship. So relationship is to be built, is to be serviced. You have to impute value into this and before it eventually becomes a capital. Here is also something you need to know. Your network is not your capital. Your network is your potential capital. The capital exists in the quality, depth, trust, and value of the relationship within that network. You need to understand this clearly. For example, someone with 10,000 contacts may have a large network but little relationship capital. It's not about the number of friends that you have or relationship that you keep. You may have 10,000 contacts and may not amount to anything, but someone with 100 highly trusted relationship may possess enormous relationship capital. So you need to understand this and understand it clearly. So back to the beginning, we are talking about relationship capital, and we say the purpose of talking about relationship capital is that building healthy relationship that creates lasting value. And here is where I will stop on this relationship capital. You can get other parts of this relationship capital on my YouTube page for better understanding. I remain Adejumobi Honest. Until I see you next time, thank you very much.